Hello, how's it going? World of YouTube, awesome people. Thanks for clicking on my video. I wanted to make a video today because I'm in the process of applying to Japanese language school through Go Nihon, and I've been involved with a contact from their organization, I guess since like November, so that would be like 3 months now. They do take you through a screening process when you initially contact them to make sure that you are eligible for the different programs. So yeah, I wanted to make this video just for anyone else who is potentially going through the same type program, because I think it would be helpful. When I looked for other people kind of talking about this type of thing, I did find information, but I just wanted to add my experience basically. So yeah, I've been going through, there's a lady that's been helping me. She's kind of like the coordinator that I get in touch with. And so I initially found out about Go Nihon, and I mean, maybe this is your first time hearing about it too, because I think I heard about it through YouTube initially. And I was trying to find a way to apply to language school, or more information rather about like doing my application through with language school for Tokyo, because I've been wanting to move to Japan for a long time. And I'm at a point in my life where I've kind of run out of certain options and found myself in a situation where I can do it financially. I can do it freedom wise. I'm not really tied to anything. So I just kind of made the decision to take the leap and go for it. So in looking, I found Go Nihon, and I realized Go Nihon has a lot of like conflicting conflicting reviews. I've heard people say good things about Go Nihon, but I've also heard like a lot of negative stuff, which is why I kind of want to put my 2 cents in there as well. From the very beginning, I would say it's been awesome. I mean, I emailed them and reached out initially by filling out the form that they have on their website, their contact form. And then someone got in touch with me within like a couple days, and she just asked me a lot of screening questions. We had emails back and forth for a good long time. I would say like a month, or probably like a month and a half. And most of that was me on the initial email. When she responded to me, I didn't respond for a while back because I still was juggling whether or not I wanted to proceed with this decision fully and like make that commitment. And I was kind of dealing with my own decision. So, but when I finally did respond to her, like, that yes, this was what I wanted to do, and could we find a language school, and I kind of explained to her the language schools that I was interested in, and eventually we got to the application process. So the thing that I like about Go Nihon is they take you, like, you make an account through them. It's a totally free service. They just help people get to Japan. They help you if you want to take classes and get enrolled in a language school. They help you get accepted because they know, like, from what I understand, they know everything that immigration kind of looks at on a visa and what they will usually decline. And they look for those things so they can help you by making suggestions basically on how to make your application the best that it can be, so that when immigration gets it, they're going to be more likely to approve you. And so I went through my application. It's all online. It was really easy. Like, the questions are really straightforward. I actually ended up completing the whole application in one day. I just needed to do some extra things and scan other documents that I had, and they weren't with me at the time. So, but even so, the whole application process, I've been working through from like the beginning of filling it out until submittal was like a month. And like I said, it could have been faster. It was just a month for me because I had to gather some extra documents and information. And I wanted to make sure everything I filled out was as accurate and, complete as it could be and detailed. So that's just me. It took me about a month. And once you submit your application and you have everything, and I guess, like, before I go into that, the things you want to have for your application are, and I guess it probably depends on what country you're from, but I'm from America, so right now I live in Alaska, so I'm going to be moving from Alaska to Tokyo, if my application is approved, for a 1 year, 9 month term at the language school. But the types of things that they want are for you to submit, like, your high school diploma or your GED. They'll ask you about your education background. If you've ever been to Japan before, they want your previous visa stamp if you have it, which I had that from a previous trip that I took to Tokyo back in 2009. I was there for a month and a half. And it was a long time ago, so I didn't think I would have my actual passport stamp still, but I thankfully had the entry one and the exit visa stamp on there, so that was really good. They ask you for your work and job history. You need to have been employed for 2 years full time. I've been at my job for like 5 by now, so I was good on all that. They need you to take a visa photo, which I ended up having to take 3 different times because they're really particular, and I have dreadlocks, and like not all of my hair was in the photo for one, and then they need like completely white background. But she sent me a super detailed like instruction of everything that they had. I probably didn't understand because it was a lot. And then they have you also have to have a certain level of Japanese for the school. Maybe it's different for other schools, but the school that I'm applying for requires 150 hours. And I have minimum that I've calculated 705. So right now I'm at like upper N4 level, between upper N4 level and N3 level, somewhere in there. After years of self-study and everything, and some Japanese in college. So, yeah, I'm currently in the waiting period though, so once you submit your application, they'll look it over and they tell you if there's something else immigration is going to want to know. Like, they can look at the application and ask you to elaborate on certain information on how you were able to go to school while working somewhere or something like that. Like, they'll ask you, and then you just answer them, so they can tell the school, or they sometimes, like, my lady opened up she opened my application back up for me so I could like include some extra information that I didn't have before. So they just want to know, they want to know your working history and your educational history, and, if you've been denied a visa entry to Japan for any reason or anything like that. So now, though, I'm in the submittal phase, so I've submit my application. Finally, it was approved by my coordinator. She thought that she had everything she would need from me, so she went ahead and sent it off to her superior. So they're currently, from what I understand, looking over my application right now, and when they're done, they will submit it to the school for processing. So I'm just hoping and praying that it's approved. I haven't heard anything back, and it's been like 3 days. But I wanted to go ahead and make this video because I made this channel specifically for my Japan channel, like my whole Japanese adventure I really want to capture. I really want to share with a community. I want to have people that I can record and just experience like all the different moments and I guess emotions, and something that I can also myself look back on, because I really feel in my heart, and I've heard it from other people too, that, when you do apply through Go Nihon, you're not going to get rejected, so long as you have the means financially, which is another thing they do make you prove. You have to prove you have a certain amount of money in your bank account. And, you have the desire and a good reason, for studying Japanese. So everybody's country is different. Also, they do let you work up to 28 hours a week, I believe it is, while you're going to school. And so eventually I'm going to be getting a job for a couple days a week just to help fund the whole experience. And then Go Nihon's been awesome though so far. I mean, even when you land there, I've heard that they help hook you up with a Japanese bank account. They help hook you up with a phone and like a cell phone plan. They basically walk you through like how to do it. So you have the ability, which is cool because it's been a while since I've been there, and I'm gonna need all the help that I can get, basically. Just coming there, like, as a foreigner and everything. And even though it's not my first trip there, it's been a really good long time since I have been there. So trying to get my mind like ready for that, I guess. And yeah, I mean, it's really exciting. I also decided that for the very beginning, at least, I don't know for how long it's gonna be, but I'm gonna be in a share house. So I will get my own room, but like things like the bathroom and the kitchen and the living room space are shared, which honestly isn't optimal for me. Like, I really don't want to have roommates, but thinking about where I'm coming from and not knowing too much about what I should do, like what actually moving there entails, I think I'm gonna need the support system, and it's close to my school. I think I don't know how it's gonna be to try to rent an apartment there, so getting like the lay of the land is probably the best act of like plan of action that I can think of. And if I absolutely hate it, then it will just be motivation even further for me to get my own apartment as soon as possible. So that's kind of the plan for now. And yeah, I mean, I just want this channel to be about my process, I guess. And it's going to be really stupid if I got rejected on my application, but so far I'm feeling good about it. I mean, I have experience with Japanese. 皆さん、こんにちは。私の名前はスザンです。私のビデオをクリックしたこと、どうもありがとうございました。Like, my Japanese is not amazing, but I have studied on and off for a really long time since I was 14. So, nearly 20 years. But there's been long periods where I haven't studied at all, and, I think what's really hard is when people talk really fast, too. I have a hard time with that. But it'll be really good for me, I think. It's been a long time coming. It's been something that I've always been into since I was really little, that I started learning early on in my life, and I always wanted to be an interpreter when I was growing up. I thought that's what I was going to do, and then I would move over to Japan one day to study or whatever, and you know how it goes. You just get involved with work and life and relationships, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, like, your dreams are totally back on the shelf somewhere, like, forgotten, and honestly, I really thought for a long time that it was not possible for me. I didn't get my diploma until I was 31, my high school diploma, and I had to work really hard to get it. And yeah, you can't attend a language school unless you have a high school diploma, so having that now, I think I've realized this is something that I should do, that I'm kind of being pointed in the direction to do at this time in my life. So I just hope you guys will join me on the journey, pray that I can get accepted. This whole process, it's a lot. I'm trying to save up as much money as I can. I want to do this, so I think it's the right thing for this time in my life. And I want to share it. I want to document it. I want to be able to look back on it, because the first time that I went to Japan, vlogging was not a thing back then. I mean, it was 2009, and that just wasn't something I was aware of. I had a camera, but I didn't think about taking videos, really. Maybe I took a few, but definitely not vlog type material. So, this time I want to really have things documented from the very beginning. Concrete moments that I can look back on and that other people can see, and maybe help inspire some other people to chase their dream. And, like me, if you're anything like me, you might think it's too late for you, or that you're not able to go because of certain reasons, or that it would be impossible. But if it's something you really want, then I think you should go for it. Especially if you're young. I mean, I waited until I'm 35, and I waited this whole time because of other things and different life goals. And, my dreams changed as I got older, but then, different things happened, and certain dreams that I had to be given up on, and, certain things had to end, whether I liked it or not. And, I find myself in this position where I am able to go. But I think that, especially if you're young and you want to travel somewhere, you should 100% go. Don't let anybody stop you, because travel is so good for you, and speaking other languages is so good for you. Seeing other people's cultures is so good for you, and that's what I hope to showcase on this video, vlog series. So if you clicked on this video for the first time, 本当にありがとうございました. Thank you so much for clicking on the video, and just let's keep our fingers crossed that I hear back soon. As soon as I hear back, I will follow up with another video, and I'm very grateful for you guys taking the time out of your day to watch my video. If you do have any questions, or can think of something that you would like to know about language school or about the application process, go ahead and comment down below. I can answer more questions about the Go Nihon process. It's been super smooth for me. I know some people have complained that they take a long time to get back to you. I haven't really experienced them taking a really long time getting back to me. It's just I do feel impatient on it, and sometimes they don't read your message for a couple days. I think the longest it's taken them, though, is 3 or 4 days. So it's not that bad, considering that it's a free service. And I mean, maybe it's just an idea in my mind, but I feel like going through directly to the school is kind of intimidating, because I don't know if they have any English speaking staff to help with the more complex requests that they have, and because Go Nihon already knows what the language school is looking for and can help you whittle down your application so they have every specific thing, it just saves a lot of time, I think. So even them taking a couple days, that's not a really big con for me in using them, because as I said before, they are free. It's let's have a bit of gratitude, guys. It's free. I like free stuff. And to me, I think if you go and you make a mistake, maybe with paperwork or something, it's going to cost you one way or the other. So just having experts on the other side that know, immigration, and they know, how exactly the visa is going to need to be processed and need to look, and like exactly what information they're going to need from you depending on your country and your age and like all these different things. I think it's 100% worth it for any extra day or two wait time. Just for the relief of like the potential headache that all of those things could cause. That's just me. Um, but yeah, I think I don't know. To me, I'm like, okay, that's fine. It's been a humongous blessing, honestly. Like, let's be real, guys. Free things are good. Like, so I don't know the people that complain about that. Like, maybe they have more time on their hands or more money than I do, but I dig it. I think it's great. I think there are some other programs out there that people talk about. There's like some jellyfish thing and something Nihon Jacks or something like that. I hadn't heard of any of those though. I just found out about Go Nihon. It might have even been through Abroad in Japan or something like that, but I clicked on the link from there and then that's when I started looking into it and ended up contacting them. So anyways, long story short, if you're thinking about going to Japan and using Go Nihon, I would say totally do it. And we'll see if my application gets approved, but you guys will know soon. So let's do it. And I look forward to sharing some of my cool experiences with you guys and taking you through the process of moving all the way to a foreign country for school and uprooting your entire life for your dream. So if that sounds like a fun time to you, then let's do it. Hit the subscribe button and make sure you like this video, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.